It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Detroit Lions. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
On second down, Elliott once more. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On first down, it's Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Watson now to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And, Charles, you look at this defense. They were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. And then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
The Texans here on third down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Looking to throw. Eaton. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Jack Fox out to punt here on fourth down. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that a battle for it, and it's intercepted? Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, his arm strength never an issue, but this one winds up in the wrong hands.
Oh, the coverage here is just terrific because when it's done really well, sometimes you can't distinguish whether it's the receiver or the defensive back the ball's intended for. He actually ran with him in perfect motion and able to make a big-time play.
And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. To throw. Eaton. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 84 yards. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. On 2nd and 9, Watson. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw, Watson. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. The Texans send the punter out as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
2nd and 10. They'll run right here with Swift. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
On the option to give to Swift here. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. scrimmage. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Seibert able to knock this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On first down, Watson. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu. And the Lions are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. From the gun, Eaton. And he's got his target, Harris. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks, and he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Looking to throw. Eaton. He's going to look deep down the field.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
It's Chris Harris with a pick.
And the Texans are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
That pick hurts a little extra because it was third down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
That's what you call a rookie mistake. Michael Brocker's in on the stop.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now, if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
But they'll say it's incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
This is fielded at the 27. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10.
On the handoff, this is Swift.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Here's a handoff to Swift.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
They'll run here with Swift.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down, a nice, consistent gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
He's able to get 6, a nice pickup down to the 21.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And he'll get
into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamal Williams, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Watson on 1st down. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. Past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Jared Cook, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing the colleges deliver to the NFL.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Jack Fox now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. return of 5, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. On 1st and 10, Watson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Another try after the first down sack. Watson. It's complete to Cook. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. This taken in at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line...
He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Watson on 3rd down. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. Now a give, right side, Swift. Shifts by at the 15. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Back to throw.
Eaton. He's got it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Swift. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They keep on the ground with Elliott. Bulldozes past him. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 85 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Elliott running right. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On second down, Elliott. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. They'll try the air now with Watson. He'll get this to Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Watson eluding the pressure right. And it's caught. Touchdown, Texans. Amari Cooper, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans get a bit closer.
After allowing that last score, the defense knows they've got to tighten things up. Otherwise, they'll let them right back into the game.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
after the touchdown. Here's Crosby to kick it away. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. They begin the drive with Williams. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Three yards remain for second down. On the option to give to Swift here. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On first down, Swift. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Alexander Johnson there on the stop.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Off the play fake. Eaton. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And Swift is not going to get there as they stop him short of the yellow line. The defense stiffens to force fourth down following that first down gain of 8. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And this score will stay right where it is. Now, Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. Third down. Here's Watson. And he's got the hook up to McLeod. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And a two-score game, obviously. Every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. Shifts by him, and they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. 109 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Second and 3 from the 9. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Texans have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Crosby with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This game has really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim one-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Eaton. He gets it complete to Harris. You ready for a Captain Obvious comment?
Let's go. Go with it, please.
He had the 5 picks last week. He's got to be much more pleased. Just the 1 interception. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And not only is he pleased, his entire team is. Because throwing those 5 interceptions affects everyone. That's extra work for your defense and not enough possessions for your offense. He's flipped that ratio around in this game.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Back to throw. Eaton. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Lonnie Johnson picks it. And the Texans are right back in this football game. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's got room. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 148 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, second down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They go to Elliott again. Sheds off the tackle and brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Watson to throw. It's a screen pass. That's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. To throw, Watson. Escaping the pressure. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long.
They'll look to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far.
Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Elliott going to get it again on second down.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles. And really the difference, obviously, was that fourth quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you can just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for Houston, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the New York Jets come to town. Meanwhile, for Detroit, not much more to say. They dropped to 1-11, and they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.